Okay, our next step on this conversion will be to remove these chrome strips, and then there's a little piece of the support here that we're going to have to cut off. So to do all this, I'm going to write this down for you and show you. You're going to need a 10mm Allen wrench. There's two different kinds of Allen wrenches. There's the socket kind that'll fit on a socket wrench, and then there's the standard 10mm, just a regular L wrench. So you'll need that to remove the bolt under the shock there. Then also you're going to need a saw. I used a hacksaw on this. It takes a little bit, but you know, you can get a sawzall or a cutoff saw. I just like a hacksaw because it's easy and clean. And then the other item you're going to need is a floor jack. And I'll show you why we need this. What we need to do, we need to raise the bike up just a little bit. It stays on the kickstand. We're going to raise it up just so we can remove the shock temporarily to get this stuff off. Let's proceed. You'll hear that old country music in the background. I like that while I work on bikes. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take the shock off, and to do that we're going to remove the bolt here. And be sure and don't lose these. Let's keep them straight. And then we're going to take the bottom one off. And then what we're going to do next, we're going to raise the bike up just a little bit with the jack, and I'll show you why. Okay, I've raised the bike just a little bit with the floor jack on this side. Make sure the jack is under the frame and not the swing arm. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and remove the shock. Too high and it'll be hard to get off. Too low it'll be hard to get off. So you can actually watch and make sure that that piece of metal in there is centered on the rubber bushing. That way it'll pull off easier. There you have her. Oh, by the way, you can go on one of the OEM websites or go to the dealer, and you can get new rubber bushings for these if you're really, if you're really worn out. You don't want them too worn. These are a little bit squished, but not too bad. Just if you go on the OEM sites, just Google Suzuki. Excuse me, this is a Honda. I do too many bikes. Google Honda VTX1300 OEM parts, and you'll get all kinds of OEM websites that'll show you schematics and everything of the bike, and you can also order parts while you're on there. Okay, I'm taking this big bolt out of here with the Allen wrench. That comes out like that, and then the chrome strip comes off. Now I've cut this ahead of time, and I'm going to show you next how to cut that. Okay, I'm getting a close-up of where we're going to make the cut here. You'll notice it's just right behind the edge of that boss right there. You don't want to cut into that boss. I mean, it wouldn't really matter, but you want to leave as much metal there as you can. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the bracket that goes on there next, and that'll give you a good idea, too, where you need to make that cut. Okay, this is the bracket that you're going to put on after the cut, and this will kind of give you an idea where that cut needs to be also. I've removed this bolt from the bracket just temporarily. That'll kind of show you where it goes. You'll notice there's a little bit of room after I've made the cut. I've still got a little bit of slop there, and that bolt will end up going through there later. So that's what you're doing. You're going to cut that off so we can put this bracket on the bike next. So this is the piece we're going to cut off, and I just went through the hacksaw. Put a little oil on the blade if you can. It'll kind of lubricate it and make it saw a little faster. Make sure you start out with a new blade. It goes a lot quicker. Anyway, just cut straight down, and that piece will come off. And then go ahead and file these edges a little bit. You may want to put a little paint on there too when you get finished, just so it doesn't rust. Go ahead and do both sides the same way. Now, before we put the shock on, we're going to install this bracket on the bike. So you'll notice I took the big bolt out here again, just like I showed you before. And then I've gone ahead and put the big shock bolt in. You can leave that just a little bit loose for right now. And then what we're going to do, this should have been fastened to this in your kit too, by the way. This bracket will go over that screw there, like that. Oh, remove that nut. Goes like that. Then we'll go ahead and put the big bolt through with the washer on the outside, and we'll just start the nylock nut on the back side. And then we're going to go ahead and put this nut back on, and I'll show you how to tighten this up. Oh, yours will be painted black. Okay, the sequence I used is I tighten this one first, put a wrench on the back, and you can tighten that up nice and tight. Then put your nylock nut on this one and tighten it. Then last, I'll go ahead and snug this up. Now this one you can go ahead and get pretty tight, because your shock's going to mount on that, so you want that to be pretty snug. Go ahead and do that, and then we're going to put the shock back on. And then we'll go around and do the other side, because the other side's going to be a little different, especially if you get the side mount license bracket. Oh, and you jack up the bike the same way to put the shock back on. I'll show you that. Okay, I've jacked the bike up just like before, just enough to where we can slide the shock back on the bike. Kind of tap it on. If you wet these, actually, they go on a lot easier. Just a little spray or spit on them if you want, doesn't matter. And then once you get the shock back, oh, and then I put the label up, Shawa. I just put the label up. That's the way it was before. And then go ahead and let's put these back in there. It's the long one with the big washer on the top. This one you can tighten up if you want. The bottom one we can leave a little loose because we're going to change it. There's the short one. You can leave that one a little bit loose because we're going to add our rear fender bracket. If you're not going to run a fender, then go ahead and tighten both these up. Okay, this is the left side of the bike. Now you raise the right side just like before, and you go ahead and take the shock off, cut the back, do everything you did before, just like the right side. Now on this side, the only difference will be this bracket. If you're not going to run the side mount, then you'll put this bracket on to hold the signal light, just like the other side. Same way, big bolt, little bolt, all that kind of stuff. Now if we're going to use the side mount license bracket, I'll show you how that goes on there. Okay, it basically goes the same way. This is what it looks like. Yours will be black. Okay, we slide that on the same way. Put the bolt through just the same as the other side. Put the nylock nut on the other side and we'll tighten it all up the same exact way. This is really cool. You'll love it. Again, make sure you tighten this big shock bolt with the Allen wrench really tight, and you can snug these up. The bottom you can leave a little loose if you're going to run the side mount, or the rear fender.